So we find the Santa's Express Suite on page 16 and 17 of the July to December mini catalog, and you can see some really cute samples that are shown in the catalog. Now a lot of these do use the the actual designer series paper, which you can see here, and they've just cut out the images from the paper. Well, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. If you do want to use the images from the paper, there's 2 sheets of each design, and you can get like 8 from each sheet. So you would be able to do 16 cards with 1 pack of paper doing the one design. Just wanted to mention that. Now the paper that I'm using for this card is actually, it's a full sheet with rows of this design. So you can get 8 cards like I'm making now out of each sheet as well. So you can kind of keep that in mind, that number 8 per sheet of paper, and 2 of the same pattern in each pack. I think most of the designs kind of go that way on this paper. So we're going to start by doing our embossing. And we've got our Versamark. We're just going to take our embossing buddy, and you can now purchase that in a kit with the little tray. I'm just using a paper plate here, but there's a tray, the embossing buddy, and a cool little oh gosh, tweezers. I couldn't think of the name that you can use for holding your paper and picking things up. It's kind of a neat tweezers. So we're just going to take our Versamark and go ahead and stamp our Merry Christmas. And I'm just about due to buy some more embossing powder, and I'm using black for this one. Okay. And I'm going to set that off to the side for a minute. Now I'm going to pull in my gold. And I have cut some basic white paper into 2.5 by 8.5 inch strips. So I just kind of sliced across it to give me what I need for the train. And we're just going to go ahead and ink up our stamps again with the Versamark. This one's a little bit harder to see on the white, so you have to make sure you don't overlap them. Whoops. And then I want some candy canes actually in the train car. So this is a little tricky. Try not to get my head into the screen here. So I want 2 of those in the window of the train car. And then I'm also going to put a Christmas tree on the top of the train. So I need to add one of these here. Okay, so that will be everything for 1 card, and I am making a whole bunch of these, so I'm doing 16 of them because I'm going to use all my paper. And I'm just going to come in and sprinkle my gold. Oh, and I did forget to use my embossing buddy. I can see some of it sticking. Remember to use your embossing buddy, because then you don't get these the background stuff. This one isn't quite as critical because I'm going to be cutting these out, so a lot of this isn't going to matter, but it would have been better to remember my embossing buddy. Okay, so then I am going to move these dry powders out of the way, because quite honestly, I don't want to heat set my entire tray of embossing powder. I always love watching the magic when the embossing powder melts. Now that we have everything embossed, we're ready to color with our Stampin' Blends. So the main colors that I'm using are Dark Poppy Parade and Dark Mossy Meadow. I'm also using Dark Evening Evergreen, Light Basic Black, the natural tones, medium light, and it's the lighter one, the SU 800, the deep dark natural tones, what's the darker one, which is SU 100, that's the darkest one in the set. Just a spot of the dark Daffodil Delight for the star, and then some light flirty flamingo to give Santa a little color in his cheeks. Now, I need to take my glasses off. Give me just a minute, and then we'll start coloring. There. Now I actually timed myself while I was doing this, and it took me 10 minutes to do all of that coloring. So not a, like a quick card, but not that bad either, 10 minutes for a card. So now we will just head to the die cutter and get this cut out. Now I was able to cut these all out in one go, but I did have to tape down the middle one. It kept wanting to jump around on my die cutter. So now we just have to assemble the card. So we have our card base, and we're just going to go ahead and layer one of these strips, the Designer Series paper strips, right below our greeting. And then we're going to bump up with dimensionals our train. And then our little tree is going to tuck in behind there. So it's kind of sitting inside, just like that. So there we go. Now we should probably add some gems. And I hadn't yet decided where they're going to go. I've got some 2021-2023 in color opal rounds, and I was thinking of using the evergreen ones. But should we put them up here or down here? I think maybe down here to balance off the, you know, we have this here, and then we'll do these down here. And I like to do 3 dots always. I don't know why. Okay, so there's our dots. And then, of course, we need a piece of white liner for the inside. And let's take the, there's a bunch of fun greetings on this one. Ho, 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 special delivery. Santa Claus is coming to town. And some of these will also fit in the train car window. But I think we're going to do special delivery. And there's also this super cute, excited penguin. I think we need to put him on the inside too. Black ink. And I have not used this one yet, so let's give it a stamp off. Sometimes the first time you stamp, they don't ink up quite right. Okay. There's our special delivery. Give our little penguin in the corner. He's really excited, isn't he? And then just a few of these. They look like jacks to me. I'm not quite sure. I thought at first maybe they were supposed to be stars, but remember jacks? Do kids still play with jacks anymore? I doubt it. Okay, so now all we have to do is add a little adhesive. And go ahead and stick this on the inside. Now isn't that fun? Even though when I'm videotaping this, it's late June, I feel like I should have Christmas music playing. Kind of too early though, right? So hope you enjoyed this card. Hop on over to my blog, you know, and see if you can get any other ideas. If you want to purchase the supplies for this, I'll have the link for my store below. So hope you enjoyed again, and thanks for stopping by at the Roost.